Tuesday, the 25th of February, we see a couple of conjunctions that are going to flavor and influence our day. Firstly, we see the conjunction between the moon and Pluto in the sign of Aquarius. And we also see a conjunction between Mercury and Saturn in the sign of Pisces. We were talking about Pisces energies and these alignments with the moon yesterday, but today we see Mercury and Saturn come into alignment. This is the alignment of our messages, our ability to speak things into being, and our actions. The moon and Pluto aligning is this alignment of our inner self with our ability to change and grow. Conjunctions are when the planetary bodies are in alignment and the energies intensify and work together in unity, forming an alliance of energies that will allow us to flow in one direction. It is the energy of blending these two planetary bodies together to allow them to work in unity. So when conjunctions happen, we are sitting in the same zodiac sign, so the planets are working within the same energies. They are bringing those energies to their representations, and their representations are then working in alignment with each other, allowing us to bring things into balance, bring things into conjunction, alignment, and allowing us to blend those energies together to move forward. Aquarius is the 11th sign of the zodiac. It is the fixed air sign. It is the energy of unconventional movement. It is about pushing past the status quo and being our own. It is about the knowledge that we pour into being. Its archetype is the water bearer. The water bearer carries the vessel of life, the knowledge and information that we pour into being, the waters of life. It is this archetype of understanding that we have something to bring to the table, that everyone has something to bring to the table. And when we pour things into being, we can really bring things into abundance, into our material world. This creative force to bring the ideas from our mind and fix them into being. As a fixed sign, it is about those energies that are consistent, those energies that root us in whom we are, root us in this moment, root us in our path. Air signs are about the mind. They are the expansive mental capacity to learn and grow. Aquarius asks us to be independent, to see where our knowledge and understanding can be brought to the table, where we can pour things into being. Now, this alignment of the moon, the illumination of our inner self, the representation of whom we are on an inner level, those expressions and feelings and inner knowings that make up the reflection of ourselves that we then give back to the world, aligning with Pluto. Pluto is the planet of rebirth. It is the planet of death. It is the planet of cycles. It is the planet of change that comes through working through our cycles and bringing things into being. It is the energy of transformation. Transformation, change, the power to regenerate, the power to rebirth ourselves anew. So this alignment of our inner self, our inner being, our emotional intuitive self, and our ability to transform and change is really allowing us to see the knowledge that change holds, allowing us to see how we can pour our inner being into the ways that we turn up and transform, allowing us to construct new realities, to construct new pathways, to learn and grow continuously. This powerful alignment guiding us to rebirth ourselves anew, to really ask us to what we need to put to rest in order to be whom we are now. As the moon continues to wane, disappearing in our skies, Tomorrow entering the dark moon phase before the new moon in Pisces. While in total darkness, we are often able to plant the seeds to grow and renew ourselves. So in this darkening moon, how can you water yourself to move into the energies of change, to rebirth yourself anew in the new lunar cycle to come? The next conjunction that we see today is between Mercury and Saturn in the sign of Pisces. Pisces is the 12th sign of the zodiac and the mutable water sign. It is about changing from our emotional waters and going with the flow of life, going with the flow of the cycles, connecting very nicely to the cyclic energy we were connecting to with this planetary conjunction between the moon and Pluto. A different form of alignment, different energies aligning, allowing us to end a cycle and move forward. This year, Saturn will be shifting out of Pisces and moving into Aries and starting its cycle through the zodiac again. So this alignment of Mercury and Saturn is really asking us to look at how we flow in our life. Mercury is one of the personal planets, the closest planet to us here on Earth. It represents communication and messages. It represents how we communicate, the words we use, the way that we communicate those things, the thoughts and expressions we have, how we learn and understand, how we process and communicate things. And it is also about the messages that we receive, the messages that we receive from the universe around us, from ourselves, and from the understanding that we hold, how we process these messages and bring them into communication. As a personal planet, it influences us personally on a level that is unique to each and our own. Saturn is a social planet. It is the planet of structure, boundaries, karma, and the lessons we learn. It represents the taskmaster and how we turn up to get things done. It is the boundaries and restrictions that we hold, the hurdles we encounter. It is also the structures, routines, and disciplines that we use to build foundational growth. It is that energy of building from the bottom up and continually repairing our foundation to make the adjustments that we need to move forward in our goals, to stand in our own, to take responsibility and accountability for who we are and how we turn up in our world. It is all about getting things done, building structures, the structures that enable us to be part of our world. As a social planet, it is influencing us on the level of community. So it is asking us how we build and how we act within our world, within our home, within our jobs, within the community that we live in, allowing us to see where our actions are taking us and who our actions affect. For the things we do not just affect ourselves, but they affect all of those around us. So how are the messages that we are holding affecting the actions that we are taking? And how are the actions that we are taking affecting the way that we are communicating, the way that we are understanding? Are we going with the flow of our life? Now, conjunctions bring these energies together to bring them into alignment. So these energies are asking us to align our words with our actions and our actions with our words, allowing us to see where our routines and disciplines, the things that we do, the ways that we turn up, the responsibilities that we take, how are they communicated? Are they in alignment with our story, with the stories we are telling, the stories that we are living? Do we need to take the actions, or our words are empty without the actions for us to take? So it is asking us to get behind our words, but also to get behind our actions. If the two are not in alignment, you are going to have this confliction, this inability to move forward. So using these energies today of this alignment of our actions and our words is going to allow us to see where we are speaking and not following through, and where we're acting from a place that is not in alignment with our messages, and enabling us to make the changes, end the cycles, start the new cycles that we need to align these two things, to get our words behind our actions and our actions behind our words. These two conjunctions together asking us really to step into our transformative self, to water ourselves into being and allow ourselves to rebirth ourselves. This cycle of renewal and rebirth is important for us to grow. It is important to allow us to build our understanding in the ways that we are turning up. From our understanding, we are going to be able to communicate our story in better ways, which are going to allow us to act in ways that are in alignment and in flow with the pathways that we are walking. So these two separate conjunctions are going to bring us these energies of transformation and renewal, allowing us to stand in a place of power, this inner knowing that we can change from the inside, reflecting in the outside, and this understanding that we are able to communicate and act in ways that are in alignment with the pathways that we are taking, allowing us to move into our next form of being, to communicate, to act, to change and align, to water ourselves, to allow our understanding to flow.